Happy Sunday, everyone. All right, so I'm off to church, and then I'm going to work out. And then after that, as promised, I'm going to do a video about my study schedule, okay? So everything from the time I woke up, from working out till I went to bed, okay? So I hope you guys enjoy. Stick around and listen up.
Y'all with me? To be the salt of the earth, that we are not to be connected to anything that would take away our potency, but we are, watch this now, we are designed to bring potency to whatever is in our lives. Listen now, here's how you understand where I'm going. There are going to be people who are going to say to you, you're always talking about Jesus. Every time I turn around, you talking about what the Lord has done. Listen, you want to say to them, I'm only being the salt because you ain't got none. See, the God that blessed me is the same God that wants to bless you. Lord have mercy. And something has prepared your heart when you're stale, when you're unseasoned, when you have no flavor. And even though we haven't had a chance to talk, I got to put a little salt on it because I can look at your face and tell you ain't been with Jesus. I can look at your attitude and the smirk in the corner of your mouth that you ain't acknowledging what God has done. Because if God has been good to you, you want to smile sometime. At least let me know when I'm going to get going and coming. One day you're nice, the other day you're nasty. You need some salt, baby. God never throws us away, even when we get stale. Can I prove it? He let us come to church this Sunday, and some of us didn't praise God last Sunday. But I thank God that He let me come this Sunday to try it all over again. That no matter what I've been through, no matter what it looks like, I'm going to be the salt of this earth. I'm going to praise God. I'm going to give Him glory. I'm going to magnify Him. I'm going to lift Him up. Because when I think about what God has done for me, God didn't throw me away, but He keeps on using me.
Alright, now that's a wrap. Now let's get to that study schedule. Alright, so these are the girls of the Red Eye, and they're about to have a watermelon eating contest. Whoever could eat it the fastest. You guys go, okay? On your mark, get set, go!
Shit, the cleaner just came. It dribbled all over.
Wow, you guys are so slow. Oh, looks like Alexa might win. Oh, or Vanessa. Oh, yes, well,
That's not fair. I just doubled their
I'll say you two tied.
1, 2, go, Tommy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What the heck? Oh, it's dropping down. That's insane.
Back from the gym, and now it's time for me to tell you these tips. Okay, yes, this is a vase for flowers, but I'm using it as a protein shake holder. Okay, so just some general stuff just to begin with. One, you have to know that everyone studies different. Okay, so what I'm telling you is not some for sure way to get you all A's in medical school, okay? But what I'm going to share with you is what I did that helped me find success. If you guys saw the last video, I was struggling there early on and then did very, very well there towards the end. And I really think it's because of the methods I used, okay? So make sure you know that everyone's study is different and you have to find what works best for you. So it may take a little bit of trial and error. Okay, so let's get to my daily schedule and then my 5-pass system, okay? Let's hear it. Alright guys, so just one more disclaimer before I get started. So my schedule is a little bit more rigorous than most, but that's because I'm not as smart as most, and so I really needed to study my butt off, okay? And so here's how it would play out. Around 4:45 in the morning, I'd down some pre-workout, do some Bible studying, and then head to the gym. Okay, anywhere from 5:15 to 6:30, I'd get my workout in, okay? And again, this is something that was essential for me to help keep a clear mind, okay? And don't worry, you're not going to miss out on too much studying during that time. You need this time for you, okay? And then from 6:30 to 8 o'clock, I would study. Okay, and a lot of this is going to play out based off your class schedule and lab schedule, okay? So at St. George's, from 6:30 to 8, I would study, and then from 8 to 12, I would have lab. And on days that I did not have lab, I would study. This is not, I repeat, not a time to sleep in, okay? This is valuable study time that you can get a lot done, okay? 12 to 1, I would take about an hour break to have lunch. I'd get into the Word, you know, maybe pray with some people, have a study group or a prayer group, whatever it may be. I'd take a break for that hour. Okay, 1 to 5, I'd have class. Now, class at your school may be optional. That is completely and entirely up to you. What I would recommend is for your first semester, or first half of your first semester, go to class. See if it works for you, okay? I know class is not for everyone. I do recommend it, but I cannot say that I went all the time either, okay? So that's solely based on the person and based on your school, okay? After class, you're going to be bogged down, you're going to be tired, okay? But this is where really you have to kick it into another gear, okay? It's okay to take a little dinner break there, get your mind rejuvenated, but then 5 to 10:30, this is crucial study time. This is where you power through regardless of how tired you are and really get some good, solid hours into studying, okay? And so this is a lot of work. And, you know, like I said, it's more rigorous than what a lot of people probably do. But this is what I had to do and what I found to do that really helped me have success in medical school, okay? And so now I'm going to break down my 5 passes in 1 week system that I think solely that this system is what truly helped me a ton. Alright guys, this 5-pass system. You're going to see the material 5 times in 1 week. You will know that material. Okay, so pre-reading, first pass. Pre-reading is essential. And why? It's because you don't want to show up to lecture and have no idea what's going on. So pre-reading, you're not trying to memorize. Pre-reading is just getting the big picture of things, so then when you're in class, you can start putting it together more and more as they teach you. Okay, your second time would be in class. This has to be crucial study time. While you're in class, keep thinking, keep your mind engaged. Do not be on Facebook, do not be on Twitter, do not be on any social media. Use this time to really get a solid second pass through. Your third pass, this will be your post-read. Okay, so this will be after your class time where I said that you have to dig deep and really work hard to get these crucial hours in. And this time, you want to get through, and it should take about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes to really go through a lecture, you know, really soundly. Okay, and again, you're not trying to memorize everything. You really want to hit home the big details, the big picture, and then try to memorize as much of it as you can. Okay, and it depends on the subject. You know, physiology is more conceptual, but then biochem, there could be a lot of memorization, but also very conceptual as well. Okay, so it really depends on the class, but you still need to know all the material. So that's 3 passes in 1 day. Okay, well then your 4th pass must come within 48 hours of that 3rd pass. Okay, so within another 2 days, you need to make another pass through. You know, on those days where you don't have lab, where I said it's crucial studying time, not to sleep in, that's your time. That's when you do this, okay? And then your 5th time. This should be on the weekend, okay, on a Saturday, where you have all Saturday long to study your butt off, okay? How exciting is that? You get a whole day to really cover a lot of material, and that will be your 5th pass, okay? So that's the 5 passes, and so just to break it down real quick, pre-reading, it should not take any more than 30 minutes, and then you're in class, and then your post-read, anywhere from an hour to hour and 15 minutes. Your 4th pass would be 48 hours, to your third pass, and this one should be shorter than that third pass, so maybe 45 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. Okay, then your fifth pass, this one should be fast. Okay, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, because you should know this material really well. And then just to take it one step further, a sixth pass in another 2 weeks from that fifth pass. Okay, and then every week after that, or a couple weeks, make sure to see that material again. So when midterms come around, you don't have to catch up. You're already there, and you're gonna rock those exams. Okay, one last study tip to kind of help with this schedule and make sure you're really utilizing this system and learning from it. Alright, so my final tips, and this I believe is crucial. Okay, so anyone above the age of maybe 5 or 6 can read. Okay, so when you're getting these passes, after your third pass, you should not just be opening your notes and reading your notes. Anyone can do that, and that's not gauging how much information you've really learned. Okay, so from your fourth pass on, what I want you to do is have your notes, turn them over, do not look at them. Okay, I want you to sit there and in your mind really try to recall as much information from that lecture as you can. Okay, and this first time, you may have to give up in 10 minutes because you couldn't recall that much. But as the passes get going further and further, you should almost have that whole lecture down without ever looking at it. Okay, anyone can read. So don't just be rereading it through your passes. Make your brain work. This should be challenging. Okay, so again, you're going to have your notes turned over. You're not going to pick up those notes until you cannot recall another fact. And I'm not saying you can't recall a fact in 30 seconds or a minute. I want you to wait a good 3 or 4 minutes. And if you can't recall anything then look at your notes. And then let it spark something. Turn the notes back over really quick and see how much you can recall from there. Okay, and then eventually you should be able to recall the majority of that lecture. Okay, and if you do this for every lecture, when you get to midterm week, you're going to feel so confident because you've worked your butt off and you've seen this material so many times. Okay, so that's the system I did. And like I said, you know, things like this, everyone's different. So this system may not work for you, but this is what really, really worked well for me. Okay, so I hope you guys could utilize this. I hope it helps out a lot. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to answer them, okay? And so I have some other good news, which I'm super excited about. My beautiful fiancée Phoebe is coming to visit me in 2 days. Okay, and so while she's here, she'll be here for a few days. While she's here, what we're going to do is a video. I've had a lot of people ask, how do you make your relationship work in medical school? What about the long distance side of things? Like, how do you make that work? It's stressful. You don't have time for each other. How do you do it? Well, in a video coming up, I'll make sure that Phoebe and I together talk about that and kind of share with you our experience, okay? And then in the near future, I'll also have a video about how to stay active in the gym. I've had a lot of questions about that and about meal prepping. I'll probably combine those together, okay? So if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the study schedule. I hope it wasn't too much. So if you've enjoyed this series, I just ask that you please subscribe. And please remember, love endlessly with relentless passion. I love you guys.